What's up everybody, KM Consoles here, and today we have the GameBoy SP back on the desk. Unfortunately, the charging port has some corrosion, and even after cleaning it, it doesn't charge very consistently. While I'm in there, I'm going to go ahead and replace the link port, and I've got a brand new USB Type-C charging port. With the console open, you can see how rusty the ports are on this thing, even though the water indicator has not been tripped. I'm going to begin by getting the board situated on my magnetic PCB supports, and then I'm going to be using some Kapton tape to protect the other components because we are going to be hitting this with some hot air. I'm adding some fresh solder because that'll make it easier to melt whenever we go to remove the port. Now we hit it with the hot air gun set at 360 degrees, and I'm gently pulling with my tweezers on the port here until it falls out. And there we go, now we have the link port removed. Then I come in with some solder wick to make sure we have fresh points to solder the new connection to, and I'm going to go ahead and remove the anchor points for the charging port. And with the new link port installed, we'll go ahead and add some flux and make sure to solder it back into the board. Now it's time to remove the finicky charging port, so I'm going to start with some flux on it. We're going to hit it with some hot air as well, using that Kapton tape to protect the other components. And after some time with the hot air, the old charging port comes right off. Here it is. Now we come back in with the solder wick. We make sure we have a nice clean surface to mount the new charging port to. We start by soldering in one of the anchors, and then we're really going to take our time to make sure the port is nice and straight and aligned. Otherwise, it's going to look weird on the outside of the shell. We'll go ahead and solder in the other anchor point. Now to make our lives easier, we're going to use plenty of flux on the pins here, and then we'll go ahead and solder in the new charging port completely. After that, we'll go ahead and clean up any flux that might be left over around the port, and we're actually able to go ahead and test here by looking for the orange light to light up when we plug in. I have an aftermarket IPS screen, so we'll make sure our brightness control is soldered back in, and now all that's left is to put it all back together, make sure it lines up, and make sure everything works. Perfect, it still turns on, but now the real moment of truth. Do we get charging over USB-C? And we do. So now we've upgraded our Game Boy Advanced SP to having USB Type-C charging. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know what you think in the comments below.